Welcome to another episode of Fight the Burnout. Today is going to be about how do we not burn out in something new? Because I just started something new as a relationship manager at an insurance brokerage while I finish off my insurance papers, while I still run my business. And the first 3 days of this week, I was feeling a little bit burned out. I started to feel it on the second day because so much changed. I went from working from home every single day and kind of setting my hours, setting my own schedule, having my own pace, which I made sure was not super high paced, but very efficient and very effective, to running on somebody else's time and running on a different schedule, and doing more than just the 8 hours, that I have to be in that office. So, I went from that cruisy as such, the lifestyle that I'd set up to do exactly what I wanted, to now, up at 5 a.m. at the gym, then coming home, shower, breakfast, getting everything, making sure that I grab my lunch, which I made the night before, grabbing all my stuff, then hopping on the motorcycle and splitting lanes in peak hour traffic. So you're laser focused, so your mind is getting extremely used right away at that point. Then going in, learning new stuff because some of it is new. It's very similar to what I do for my own business, but it's very new because it's a different industry. Interacting with more people, which was amazing and filling me up. And then, splitting lanes all the way back home again, focused, hugely focused, and then coming home and studying. And, here's the thing. This is where the kicker is. This is where the knowledge is. This is where you can learn some stuff. Before I even started, I told myself I wasn't going to study after work. What did I do? I became the ambitious person that I am. And I was like, I am going to study as soon as I'm going to study when I get home. I've got a quiz that I need to get done. I'm going to do it. Well, guess what? Because I didn't recharge myself before I went in to do the quiz, which is a tool that I constantly tell people to do. And I'm going to put my hand on my heart and tell you that I didn't I didn't fully 100% listen to myself. And I knew as soon as I was walking into there, I was like, I really shouldn't be doing this, but let's just do it anyways. Let's man through it. And in turn, guess what happened? I didn't pass the quiz the first time, didn't pass the quiz the second time. And both times there's questions that I should have gotten right, but I read them wrong. All because I was not full in my tank. So, what is the moral and what are the tools from this little story that I've told you of my experience this week? Uh, going back to a 9 to 5 job, 8:30 till 4:30 job. Uh, the moral of the story is check in, check in with yourself. You know, I have a great support team around me. My wife could identify stuff that wasn't going on. I identified stuff extremely quickly because it's what I do, as you know. Uh, and so I checked in with myself and I was like, okay, how am I feeling? What's going on? Am I peak performing? And, I couldn't tell myself yes. I could easily tell myself no. You know, even at work, I was like, the second day that I was there, I was like, I am not peak performing at the end of it. I did extremely well. It was the first day actually getting on the phones and calling people and that, and everybody was like, "You're doing great, Chris." And I was sitting there going, I don't have the energy in these calls that I normally do. And it's all because here's the key: my focus. I lost sight of the focus. I lost sight of the what I was doing right then and there, and the purpose of that. I was still too focused on the future and the goals ahead and the wanting to get my papers done so I can become an actual financial advisor, not just part of the relationship team. So this is real important to remember. Sometimes we focus too much on the future and the big ambitious goals, we forget about the present. So on Wednesday, when I went in, because I had a little chat with my wife on Tuesday night after after I didn't pass the quiz the second time, and I was quite angry with myself. I was like, these questions are easy. I can pass these. Went in and did them. Went in and sat the second attempt at it of three, and yeah, got 1 out of 5 right. Three of the questions were just because I wasn't reading right. because I didn't take a deep breath, because I didn't stop and pause and let myself recharge before jumping in there. Now, I could have done them later in the evening instead of right as soon as I got home. Could have been another option. But I had already told myself that I wasn't going to do it during those 3 days. I was going to do it on the Thursday. So, key things here are to make sure that we're focused on, the present, focused on what we're currently doing right now at every single point, making sure that we're recharging ourselves, making sure we're taking a deep breath, taking a relax, taking a break, looking back on it. And I like to look back and analyze and break it down and make sure that it's all, make sure that next time I can do better. So this next week I'm not going to be studying when I come home on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I'm going to be relaxing. Now, if I'm relaxing and it's a couple hours into the evening and I'm like, hey, actually, I feel really good, I could, then I might. But Monday, I'm definitely not studying at all. I'm just going to let myself ease back in because I am starting something new. And when you're starting something new, you don't want to throw everything onto the table all at once. You want to take it piece by piece and ease into it. Otherwise, just like in fitness, if you dive into running 30 kilometers or, 20 miles or, a long distance, and you haven't done any running for 6 or 12 or 2 years, you're going to get an injury. Well, that's what happened to me. And the reason I want to tell this little story because I know you can get something from this that is going to make you realize, oh, maybe I need to take a step back so that I can actually go further forward. We can't look after anybody else if we don't look after ourselves. So, on Wednesday, I went back in, you know, my manager was like, hey, how are you going? How are you getting on in that? I was like, actually, I'm feeling a little bit burned out because I'm putting too much on myself, too much pressure on myself. I'm doing too much after hours of here. And you know what? But I'm recognizing it. So today I lost focus, but today I'm focused on the here and the now. Let's see what we can do. Let's get some stuff done. And by communicating that out, he was like, cool, Chris, I get you. Yep, I get it. It's like, don't pressure yourself too hard. You're only on day 2 of phone calling. You're only on day 3 of this job. And I was like, yeah, I know. I put a lot of pressure on myself. And we had a communication, we had a conversation. But what that meant is that my manager knows who I am and what I stand for and what kind of person I am. And so now, if he sees something in me, he can actually say something. He knows he can because he knows that I will communicate to him as well when things aren't going great or perfect, if you want to go on that perfect spiel. So really make sure that you analyze yourself each day. If you're, and listen to yourself, listen to your own body and your own mind about where am I at? What am I doing? How am I feeling? Check in. Make sure that you are doing everything that you can do. Not that you need to do or have to do, but that you can do. Because sometimes by taking a step back, like I did, recognizing it, you can then accept what has happened and then you can move forward going, okay, what do I need to do instead? And you will feel so much better. You will perform so much better. You will be such a better friend, husband, wife, partner, mother, father, colleague, all of it. So that's another episode of Fight the Burnout. Remember, if you are feeling burned out or if you want more tips and tricks, make sure that you keep listening, subscribe, all those fun buttons, make sure you like it so that we can keep this going, uh, as well as reach out to us. Let us know how you're doing. Check in. We're happy to help you check in. Just email us at fighttheburnoutpodcast@gmail.com and we'll check in with you. We'll make sure that you're checked in. So till next time, we love you. And remember, we bring you interviews as well as tools and tricks to make sure that you are not staying burned out or that you're preventing yourself from getting to that major stage of burnout where you feel like doing nothing. Till next time, guys, we love you and bye.